Manas, to you first. This is kind of surreal, isn't it? This is happening in real time. It's almost like a game, a very scary, disturbing game, where people have been informed in this very, sort of tone-deaf mail to look out for an email either in their personal or official inbox, which will tell them whether they have a job or don't.
Yes, Shiv, absolutely, Shiv. In fact, it's been a very sad and unfortunate day for everyone working at Twitter.
Yeah.
And we've been talking to a lot of people since morning. And what I can tell you is that 3 different set of emails have been shot to Twitter employees since this morning. The first set is to all those who have been, retained, who are not getting fired. And the second set is for everyone else who is whose future sort of hangs in balance because they've been only asked to be on hold before their new role is informed to them. And the third set is to all those who have been asked to leave. And this is the set which has actually gone in their personal email IDs, not their official email IDs. And we have access to the first 2 set of emails. And if you go by the language, if you just read these emails, you can, sort of see that the Elon Musk or Twitter has shown absolutely no empathy towards any of these employees. I've been hearing a lot of stories since morning where some of these tweeps, as they call them, have been crying in the office. Some of them are very disturbed. They, in fact, had a Twitter space running this morning where all of them were sharing their experiences, talking about other subjects just to distract them from whatever is happening within the company. So it's very unfortunate because all of us sort of knew that this is going to happen as soon as Elon Musk takes charge, but none of these employees were prepared for this. They were not informed about this. There was no prior communication before this morning's mails. So it's kind of sad what is happening today.
It's sad and it's vaguely dystopian because we hear about 3,700 Twitter staffers will not have a job by the end of tonight. So that's half of Twitter's employee strength will not have a job at Twitter in the next few hours. Sakshi Batra is also with us. Sakshi, it's a little surreal to imagine that while you, me, and Manas are having this discussion, hundreds of people will have received mails informing them that they no longer have a job. What are you hearing? I'm sure you, like me, have friends in Twitter. What does this do for the tech giant, and what are you hearing, Sakshi?
Well, recently, Twitter had posted a $270 million loss, and this was the first earnings report since Elon Musk really terminated the $44 billion takeover of Twitter. Also, we have been seeing that Musk has been constantly talking about how he wants to cut down costs and make the companies working more efficient. And this is just a beginning point of that.
Yeah.
Remember, the chief tweet had indicated a focus on revenue generation. The company will also now make blue tick badge worth $8 a month subscription-based feature. Remember, this also has begun. The layoffs have begun with the ousted CEO Parag Agrawal, the legal executive Vijay Agade, and also CFO Nate Segal and General Counsel also as well. And now, according to the New York Times report, we see that the email that was sent to the employees indicating about layoffs suggested that in an effort to place Twitter on a healthy growth path, they will need to go through this difficult process.
Manas, what about Twitter India? Anything you're hearing about, what's happening with Twitter India? It wasn't a particularly big team to begin with, but, what's the situation there? I know a couple of people have been retained, but any news about what's happening there?
It's no different from any other part in the world. I mean, what employees in other countries are going through, even the Twitter India employees are going through a similar experience. In fact, from what I heard this morning, there was a lot of chaos within office. A lot of people were in tears, shattered because they did not see this coming. Actually, they sort of had an idea about the layoffs, but they did not see the nature of it coming. I mean, this cold-hearted mail which has been sent to all of them. And from what I know that the complete teams have been asked to leave. So the marketing and communication teams has completely been sacked. The social media team has been sacked. The partners team. There is a global content curation team which Twitter has, and that has also been asked to leave. And a lot of them have been sharing their experiences on Twitter itself, which is an irony in itself. But yes, even within the Twitter India office, things have been pretty bad since this morning. And I'll give you an example. For example, there was this employee who works in the engineering team, and his manager was asked to leave. Whole of his team was asked to leave, but he received a survival email where he was informed that actually he's not the one who's being sacked. So situations like these, stories like these are coming out of the Twitter office, which are very, heartbreaking to hear at this moment.
I extend my sympathies, empathies, emotions too, and solidarity with people who are facing this kind of uncertainty. Twitter has always been a very polarized world. Twitter employees are, often abused as having been, taken sides, etc. But at a time like this, one can only feel sympathetic towards the kind of action that's, are being taken for whatever reason. We're not going to judge the reasons that Elon Musk is taking these decisions. He, after all, is the owner of Twitter right now. Downsizing certainly isn't something that is unheard of. But Sakshi, one final question to you. We also hear that, during this mass sacking, mass firings that are taking place on Twitter, their offices across the world have been closed temporarily. Was this a decision aimed at cost cutting or, securing data in case, people get angry and start to misuse customer data? Is that what the fear is, that Elon Musk's team has basically said all offices will be shut during the period of this firing?
Well, sir, actually, from what we've seen so far with your Tesla as well and his other companies, Elon Musk is very pro work from office culture. And in this case, this is only probably to reduce the cost of the company. Now, why they have been temporarily shut is to really help ensure the safety of each employee as well as the Twitter systems and the customer data. And he also believes that offices will be temporarily closed and all the badge access will be suspended in the meantime. How many remained and everything, all of that we will come to know.